Hello my lovelies, and we are back again to do one of my favourite types of puzzles, 3D. We all know how much I love my 3Ds, and if I could do them every day I would. But sadly they are kind of expensive, plus they also take up a lot of room. Now, as you may or may not have noticed, the bag to this puzzle is kind of resealed, because this is actually a second-hand one. To be honest, I do wonder if it ever was actually put together before, someone just opened up the bag, took one look at it and went, nah, put it back together and sealed it. All the pieces were there, they were all in fantastic condition, which is partly what makes me think that maybe, just maybe, this was never actually put together, because as I have mentioned in previous videos, 3D puzzles don't tend to like to be taken apart. So, this puzzle has... where's my box gone? Oh, the kids have swiped it. Of course they have. Little monsters. And that's like a professionalism on my part for not making sure I knew where it was. My apologies. Anyway, if memory serves, it has 550 pieces. It's definitely over 500. Definitely less than 6. Oh, found the box. Let's see. I actually can't read it from here. One sec. Haha, I was 10 out, it's 540. So as you can see, I started off by separating them out. The pieces, they are numbered on the back. And my dad did tell me that I was cheating for doing that. But, you know, we ain't got all day. I did kind of take all day to actually separate all these pieces, but I have little kiddies with little sticky fingers who like to touch everything. Anything I can do to shorten down the time, I will do. I really will do it. Because yes, I paid next to nothing with this being second hand, but I would still begrudge having to lose pieces. Okay, I have actually done a couple of different spheres. Oh, this is by Ravensburger, by the way. I haven't actually stated that yet. And I've done mostly spheres by Ravensburger. They do tend to be pretty good and pretty solid. You tend to have to give them a bit of a whack to make them come apart. But this is without a doubt the biggest one I've ever done. So big in fact that the individual pieces themselves, you don't really notice at all that there's a curve. So obviously you start putting it together, like the curve is definitely getting visual at this point. I wasn't being overly precious about looking for pieces if I couldn't find them, partly because at this point in time I didn't know if I had them all. You know, you hope you do, but you can't be 100% sure, but seeing it as it's for charity, if you don't have them all, oh well, never mind, you still helped somebody out. You did your good deed for the day. Life is good and so are you. I might have had a little too much coffee. Yeah. So it's made out of reasonably thin but also definitely sturdy plastic. As stated, they are numbered on the inside and they do come with a little arrow to let you know which direction to work towards. Because to be honest, it's not always easy to be able to tell. Oh, bloody cat! It's not always easy to be able to tell the orientation of the piece within the puzzle itself. So that is definitely helpful. I need to actually like compare this to a real globe and have a look to see how the individual continents in that compare scale-wise. Quite often you'll find that the different continents are not actually to scale. Like quite often Africa is made to look smaller than it is. Apparently Greenland is also... Remember, is Greenland or Iceland also regularly doesn't show up properly. I didn't know that New Zealand's often missing from maps. Like, how do you miss an entire country? Mind you, I say that like someone who could actually draw a map. Nope. I couldn't even draw you a map of the UK. I could give you like a rough outline, but damn, this is a weird shaped island. Anyway, I haven't actually done a globe before, and it just came with a little stationary stand to put it on. It was smaller, I don't have it. It's back where I used to live way back when, and I honestly don't know what happened to it. I would like to get it back, but you know, life. But as you can quite clearly see at the very bottom of this, you know, in between me using it as a bowl, there is a relatively big hole. That is because to turn it into an actual kinetic object, there is a little black stud that goes in the bottom and the top, so that then you can put it into a stand and it will spin. This is where I have an issue, and if anyone from Ravensburger ever actually sees this, this is my issue. It would be good if you could do this in future. Because it just slots in, it's really easy for it to fall out. It really needed to be two-sided, so then it clicked together, so then it actually required a little bit of effort for it to come out. Because my darling children, when I was not looking, got a hold of my globe. They were going spin, spin, spin. The globe went wackies, and it fell apart, and that little black bit vanished, never to be seen again. Like, it's not the end of the world, it is obviously still functional. It's not as smooth as it was, and it is definitely annoying that it just fell out and vanished, because it is so small that it just completely blended into the background. So to be perfectly honest, that is my one true complaint. Which, you know, is really saying something coming from me, because I love 3D puzzles! But I really need more shelf space! Like, I have this cube unit in my living room that I've been putting my 3D puzzles on since like I moved to where I am now. It's like 4 cubes by 4 cubes. It's reasonably big. It's packed. I'm not going to get anything else on there. I need more shelving. Anyone any good at putting up a shelf? I've never tried it. I might be. Never tried it. Wow, I'm really going off on a tangent today. I'm sorry. Definitely too much coffee, but also not enough. Rocking a bit of a sore throat, so I need the warmth. I need the warmth to heal my soul and my throat. Oh, I make myself lol. Now, obviously, as you're working on this, it gets bigger, and I'm getting to the point now in the video where it's starting to get smaller. Which, to begin with, is fine, it's no biggie, but of course the further in you get, the harder it is, and then you almost start to wish that you could trust your little 3-year-old to put the pieces in without disintegrating the whole thing, because she has no concept of her own strength. Or maybe that's just me. But I won't ruin the surprise on that one, but yeah, I really wish I could have trusted my 3-year-old. You'll see. You'll see. But all in all, would I recommend this to somebody else? Yes. Did I have a ton of fun doing it? Yes. Am I also glad that I managed to get it from a charity shop nice and cheap? Hell yeah! Speaking of charities, I do have a few ideas and stuff that I may start doing in the future if I can work out how to do it. I'm not going to do spoilers now because I just don't feel like doing spoilers. Plus, I also don't want to pressure myself. I really bad set up really high expectations for myself, and then it just becomes like, ah! So yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm actually starting to wonder if this is going to time up before I finish this. We shall see. We shall see. I actually forget now how long this took. It wasn't too long. Shush, kitty cat. Maybe 2 hours? Give take? Probably the longest part was sorting out the pieces. Because, you know, a lot. But a good way to kill some time if you're watching a movie. Ideally one you've already seen before, so you don't need to be watching it every 2 seconds, and definitely not one with subtitles. I mean, unless you're really fast at flicking your eyes up and down and can speed read. Oh yeah, in the comments, if you could get an all expenses paid trip to anywhere in the world, and you can go there for say 30 days, work's covered, childcare's covered, all that's covered, and you even have some really sexy spending money, where would you go? Personally, I'd quite like to go to New Zealand and see Hobbiton. I'd also quite like to go to Japan. I'd quite like to go for like the Sakura Festival. But where would you guys like to go? And for double points, could you actually point it out on a map if there was no labels? Pretty sure I could point out New Zealand. Pretty sure I could also do Japan too, but I'm less confident with Japan as I am New Zealand. If it was like Sweden and Norway, yeah, no probs. I could point them out. Did lots of Vikings in school. Oh yes, so close to the end of this lovely puzzle. Or you're looking at the size of the hole and the pieces left and you're like, won't it fit? Just look at that beauty, just look at that beauty. There we go. Okay. Something that you may or may not realise is part of what makes these pieces so structurally sound is they like to go together from one direction. And I tried to force it in from a direction it didn't want to go and it went poof. Definitely a bit of an implode. Yeah, those are those teeny tiny little bits that really needed to be dual ended. And to be honest, I probably would have screamed if they had been, because I did not even glance at the instructions, so I would have had that lovely surprise of having to undo it all to add them. But ta-da! It spins! And it's awesome. My kids love it. I love it. And I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.